take some damage and then get back out with your ultimate. That is not going to happen with a Rasta, especially after he gets that added shackle duration talent. Yeah. You're just gone.
At least they have the Oracle to save him, so they have something. But you know, at least Weaver's a fast hero, not only physically but spiritually as well. Yeah. He wants to go in and kill.
Mentally, he's a very quick hero.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is that in the lore? He's a smart bug?
Yes, he loves anime. He's a weeb. That's why his name is Weaver. No, it's not, actually.
Oh, you had me convinced.
I had you convinced?
Yeah.
Do you think Valve are hacks with the lore? We're not League. We don't just make stuff up to appeal to the kids. Jeez.
So they need to replace the DP now.
Yeah, they do.
What's the all-around team fighter that they need?
A team fighter that pushes towers and is relatively long-lasting. It's the Dragon Knight. You're describing Dragon Knight.
Yeah, but that means you would have to lane against a Razor. So the two heroes we see against that, it's Mirana kind of works, but then you have a Mirana, and it's also Cop has been banned out against Razor, but then you have a Cop. Other than that, you could put Weaver middle. That's fine as well.
Weaver is that kind of flex pick that could play any of the three lanes right now.
We also have seen Ori play, of course, the Vipers, Necrophoses, and ODs.
Yep. Has he played Lina this tournament? I feel like we've seen Lina banned in some games.
We have seen him play Lina against Evil Geniuses, where they lost their series in the group stages.
Hang on a second. There's no way we're going to see the Agnum Scepter Weaver here, right? Because that kind of makes a little bit of some sense to me with this particular lineup.
You got to double save them.
If it's a three-position Weaver, then sure. But I think as soon as you're putting Weaver in the safe lane as a paparazzi hero, you don't want to go Ag Scepter.
No, absolutely.
It's no longer going to be the case. And could be a mid-Weaver, and because Darkseer, definitely the off-laner. Darkseer, Spirit, great dual lane. We've seen it a lot.
Yeah, they banned out this Darkseer to make sure that they couldn't have that like Earth Spirit Darkseer combo there, but still, I don't know. You think that's enough team fight just with those two? I mean, they got Weaver. That's nice, but where's the big wombo?
Yeah, they have a better team fight than VP right now.
That's true.
VP do not have any team fights, so just the vacuum with some Earth Spirit follow-up is magnetized is definitely enough for what we're seeing now. And both teams, well, actually, no, maybe not so much ViCi, but VP definitely looking for their big carry to round out their draft.
Do you feel like they have the supports to be as dominant on the lanes as in obviously the supports are there, but the lane set up with the Weaver and the Darkseer instead of the heroes they had previously, can they be as dominant as they were before on the lanes with the kill potential?
Yeah, for sure, especially if Aerospit just hits the stun and Rollins into a Weaver lane, that's super scary. And Darkseer as well, because you have the Ion Shell, so you do tons of damage. But yeah, we're just looking for the last care. Now they could put Doom safe lane against the Darkseer if they want to just devour those creeps. But other than that, we still have the Terrible Inspector in there. They want to go back for those heroes.
Well, you can only devour so many creeps. So I feel like the way Darkseer Earthspirit has been playing is they just go behind the tower with the Iron Shell on themselves.
What a strange situation that was. The girl operating the camera goes to a sign to say to clap for the girl with the camera.
How meta.
Very meta.
Whoa. Speaking of meta, this hero is no way near the meta. Arc Warden comes out.
Okay.
An Arc Warden.
Let's go.
For ViCi Gaming, what do you want to have when you're facing an Arc Warden? What's the most important thing you should have? Is it the wave clear? Does Virtus.pro have it? What do they need?
I would say get some big carry that does have wave clear that can outfarm an Arc Warden.
The secret weapon is active. We saw it active in RGK in game number 1, and now our Seeking and Ramses have it.
Ooh. They got the candy.
They got the candy.
Oh,
the Swedish candies.
Yeah.
It's on.
The lollipop.
It's serious now.
So PL was banned. That's one of the big Arc Warden counters. Do they go like something crazy, like go back for the Alchemist or some kind of Spectre against this Arc Warden?
Yeah, either you have to decide if you want to outfight it or just outgreed it. So, because they have already Doom, who's super good late game and can also be super greedy. So we'll see what they want to pick up here. If it's just going to pick a really greedy hero, or they're just going to do the VP way and just fight their hearts out here. Because, Arc Warden is not the strongest laner. It's a little bit unclear how they would lane here. I would assume the middle matchup, would he go middle against a Razor?
More likely Weaver, I'd say. I think Arc Warden would get destroyed by Razor. I think the idea is the Weaver with Shikuchi can just last hit with the Shikuchi damage and get away from static link. You go for like a fast bottle, pick up some runes, and you're happy. AM, wow. This is another of the Arc Warden counters.
Awesome drawing going on there.
Anti-mage, bro?
Yeah, that's good here.
A cheer for Anti-Mage.
Yeah, Anti-Mage
Thought
is
I'd
cool
never
now.
see the day.
Yeah, they have like no lockdown on ViCi Gaming, so if you just get a good laning stage, which he should be doing fine against the Darks here, unless, like a lot of Darks, you just go behind the tower,
yeah.
So you don't have any pressure, so they kind of need to stay on the lane and just pressure the AM, because if he has free farm, he will come online faster than Arc Warden. So yeah, I'm feeling the AM. If they just go for the mid-game win there, make sure that the Arc Warden doesn't get to his double hex, then they're good.
All right, VP for Admiral Bulldog. How about you guys? You following him again?
Tougher this time. I think ViCi Gaming, the Anti-Mage can definitely come online, but I think they're going to play pretty fast tempo, even though they've got the Arc Warden. No, actually, no, I'm going VP. I'll go VP as well. I'm convinced.
Dang. I remember this anti-mage hero. He was pretty big before everyone bought Rod of Atos every game. So, yeah, he is going to do nothing. That's double Rod, baby.
You can just bounce it back.
One of them is Arc Warden. He's got two.
Is Arc Warden getting rid of Atos?
Probably. ViCi game.
Why not?
I'm going for the Oracle, by the way. We've seen Oracle win so many games. We've seen him win the first game. Maybe you'll see him win the second game as well. So, again, 50-50 here on the panel in terms of predictions. Of course, MVP votes are open. So, hashtag with your player that you think has been the most valuable to their team. You got this. I believe in you. Let's get going with game number 2 with OD Pixel, Fogged, and Matuma Man.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, game 2 now ready to go between Virtus.pro and ViCi Gaming. And also, we're getting to see some different heroes now. We're getting this anti-mage up against the Arc Warden in terms of who's going to carry the game. And I'm excited to see this. This hero's underpicked. This hero very, very strong. It's got a lot of potential with the new passive rework that came in.
You called it. You said this AM was going to come here.
I mean, it's extremely strong AM game. They have 0 to none, like they actually have no lockdown for this Anti-Mage. It's absolutely going to have a free game. But at the same time, VP's lineup kind of lacks team fight. Like against this Darkseer Earth Spirit combination, like they have Razor Doom, Anti-Mage course. Who's going to do the big team fight stuff for them?
I'm wondering if they actually do this the dodge lane, because now they actually have two heroes that can lane pretty okay versus that Darkseer. They have the AM and the Doom. We used to see Doom picked a lot in tradition just to counter Darkseer, because you eat the shelled creep, you stand on the tower, you have this extra regen.
But I guess that's it. That's the great thing right there for VP, that they have these two side lanes that they don't really matter what ends up going against them, right? There's not that much of an onus for them to force the certain matchup against the Darkseer lane.
Yeah, just depending on who they want to put against Paparazzi now, because I've seen Paparazzi on this Weaver, he goes absolutely crazy. He goes this, like, what, the Desolator build majority of the times.
Yeah.
Like Dragonlance into Deso, and he just plays super hyper-aggressive.
This hero doesn't do that much damage, so hence you kind of have to go for these like high damage items on this hero.
Yeah, for a while it used to be that Diffusal when you had like the mana break talent early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got moved.
I would like to see Virtus.pro actually like offlane, like tri-laning with the Anti-Mage against the Weaver lane. I think the Weaver doesn't really enjoy this mana burn on him. Like if you get the regen early on away from the Weaver, he doesn't really get the snowball going on. And at the same time, they'll have the amazing matchup Doom against Darkseer. Doom is absolutely gonna free farm on this lane.
Yeah. It's interesting to see this double Stout Shield actually put up on Yang. So just he wants
he preparing for?
Is that just like him cutting and pulling in neutrals to himself and just hanking?
I think he's expecting the 1v1 against the Doom.
Yeah. They even pulled him an extra. They pulled him a tango, but he only has the 3 tangos and that.
That is the only explanation, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
This is not good if you're going against 2 dual lanes.
Yeah, he's going the clarities, right? Because you're expecting nobody to be hitting you.
Always.
You want to just sit behind that tower.
Because if there's more than one hero, the clarities are so useless.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to use them, and Mangoes are, in this sense, are way better.
See which lane matchup actually ends up happening. I think I actually already see, if I'm not wrong, this Ramsey's already is looking like he's going top, but yeah, we will find out.
I mean, we sort of talked about how the outlook is for an anti-mage this game. Obviously, ViCi Gaming's final pick that did obviously come in before the anti-mage, this Arc Warden. How good of an Arc Warden game is it for Ori? Is there going to be a lot of potential, do you feel, for him to find those sort of split push plays down the line for potential late game ratting to come in from this Arc Warden that's going to be hard for VP to respond to?
The thing is, they've got catch, right? They've always got this Shadow Shaman to catch him, but besides that, they don't really have too much else. I think he's also, like, the matchup versus Razor is kind of interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because you can only drain one of them. Your illusion is going to be able to hit him back, and if you want it, you're maybe going to go for just Force Staff in this game, and then you have two ways to Force Staff and move yourself away from Link. I'm not too sure.
We'll see how the early matchup goes in the first few levels between the two of them in the middle lane.
So this level 1 smoke is, I think, just a scout, right? Scout out those lanes.
I think they want to scout out the lanes to figure out the best laning setup for themselves. I think Shadow Shaman is going to actually ward up the small camp too, because they want to stop the pool abuse on safe lane. Never mind, he just put it for vision.
See there, getting that information out.
And that one does block the hard camp.
Yeah, they want to block it themselves on Radiant side, because the Doom getting a lucky Satyr creep with the health region is just... It's
just like the lane's over
too strong early. Yeah, the lane is going to be over if he gets the early Satyr creep. It's just too strong.
They got the ward down. They're pinging it out, though.
Yeah, Solo
knows this.
He knows that that's going to happen. And we will see how they sort of go for that D ward.
It is to be expected. They usually want to body block it too, so...
Around the rune spot, Ramses and Solo in place to try and hold ViCi Gaming off from getting close to it. The Iron Shells will come out, they'll get themselves on top, see if Young's able to pick it up in time. Ramses won't be able to find it. It's ViCi Gaming, they'll get themselves 3 at the bounty runes. Nice 3-man route there. VP will try and turn with the shackles though onto Fade. Fade, he'll pop the Fairy Fire, but he's going to be the first to fall. As VP will get first blood. Ramses, he didn't skill the blink, of course, he skilled the mana break, so he would have no escape. They'll get a kill in return, they'll now try and chase down Roger as well. Still this Iron Shell from Yang, burning him down, but Roger's got the movement speed to get himself away. Just the 1-for-1. And VP, of course, the first to strike and the first to get that first blood. But runes, as it were, favoring ViCi Gaming as they're able to claim the lion's share.
That is the dream for VP. Your position for with the Ori Sorry boots gets the first blood. It's absolute dream.
Roger, though, a bit of trouble if Fade chasing him down.
The movement speed. Yeah, those boots coming into play.
I did have a roll forward, Fade, but didn't seem to want to use it aggressively on Roger. Still, of course, 2 heroes by his side. Solo there as well. If he commits with the roll, very likely that Solo is able to stack the poison on him.
Tri-lane versus tri-lane. Don't feel like we get to see that enough here. As we see that sentry comes out for Pasha, he's able to de-ward that, and he will not actually have the 1-minute spawn available for him, though.
And so on this bottom lane, can Pasha do much about putting pressure on Paparazzi, or the fact that this Oracle's there, is that enough to make sure this is a really nice start for the Weaver in the safe lane?
I feel like the Weaver is going to have a really good game this game. I'm kind of surprised they opted not to actually pressure the Weaver at all in this game. They just like sent this Doom solo bottom and just hope he's going to do well and just ensure the good game on Animage so he can eventually carry the game, because Animage needs a lot of time in this game.
Yeah, they're just going for that full protect. It's definitely going to hurt Pasha's already. He's getting gone on down bottom, and he's probably just going to go down here. Has the little bit of extra heal coming out.
They're going to hunt him. They are going to find him. And with the body block there from Paparazzi, Pasha cannot escape. ViCi Gaming, they'll get that kill.
All these little details, that body block was very nicely done by Paparazzi.
Getting in position just as the Shikuchi came to an end. They've got to be careful though. We saw what happened last game when Paparazzi got an excellent start to the match. He's very good at taking that sort of early lead under his belt and just not letting it slip away.
Uh-oh. 2-minute DD rune for no one, as already he's doing very well in the mid matchup. Doesn't seem like the easiest matchup for Arc Warden either. Razor just seems to always, he just dominates like everybody.
Lane again. Pasha is getting blocked off. Solo will come in, but he's only level 1. Only has some poison to throw back, so no way of keeping Pasha safe. Another kill on this bottom lane. It seems to... It's early days, but it's a bit of a repeat start for ViCi Gaming safe lane. They're getting handed kills by both Roger and Pasha.
It's funny, this bottom lane is already over for VP. Last game, minute 1, it was over for them, and now it's 2:30 and it's already over for them. Doom TP back bottom after he died, and now he died again, and now he has to walk all the way bottom back. Hey, I think he's just gonna go jungle from this point.
Top lane, they will be able to have a bit of a setup here with the shackles, as they'll look towards Yang. Yang should fall here as Roger will right-click him down. Elsewhere on the map, they'll lose Solo, but Solo was able to get Fade, I imagine, with the poison. So trades happening. up and down the map, but still Paparazzi will prevail, continue to farm. The farm, a little bit greater though for Ramses. He's getting a very good start on that safe lane anti-majors. Nobody's able to slow down his CS for now.
He got the creep. He got the Seder creep. This might actually be able to let him stay down there for a little bit longer because he has level 2 devour.
Everything.
Let's see as Yang up top. He's getting sort of held back from getting stuck into the lane now.
And this is a absolute free farm for Ramses, and it's like we were saying, it's a really good game for this AM. He has good heroes to ult, in particular that Darkseer, high int gain.
I mean, it's definitely one of those games where, you know, if he can get the Battle Fury Manta in good timing, once he has that Manta, he doesn't die.
Yeah, he's unkillable.
Unless he massively overcommits.
Yeah.
It's back down bottom, Pasha will be chased, as you say, though. Having that aura, it's giving him a lot of sustain. Is it enough?
18 HP regen at the moment here. He's just trying to avoid Paparazzi, but...
Yeah, they're going to still find him. The regen is not enough from that passive as Pasha falling again down here on the bottom half of the map. More glory for Paparazzi to sort of get involved in.
A very convenient rotation as he finds a regen rune too. Actually, TP's back to the lane.
Yeah.
That actually doesn't miss any creeps.
That is the greedy approach.
Doesn't want to lose any waves
it,
under the tower.
Carry players.
Carry players. They're, you know, I always talk about carry players as like, they're just like, you just gank them, you know, they're blind. They just want to, all they see is like these creeps and gold on the lanes. You just go there and gank them.
Noted. We'll gank you.
Pro tips.
In Fade, sticking together here. I mean, the mid lane, it's starting to get to that point where he's going to, you know, go in and out of the jungle. Make sure that he can find the farm to keep himself on top. CS has started to even though between him and Ori. Back up towards top, the 5-minute bounty runes. Again, looks like the majority again going to ViCi Gaming. Back towards mid, no one.
Is DY gonna get him? Oh my god, DY?
Really good play.
A totally free kill there for the Oracle. DY. I mean, no one just walking around till I have you cannot do that when this Oracle's off the map. That early game Purifying Flames nuke, it's a lot of damage.
And look what they're doing here too. They're setting up to get TP back. If no one does TP mid again, they're already ready for him.
And he's TPing.
That is absolute classic play. You gank the enemy mid laner and then you just camp him and kill him again, so he doesn't have the TP, and suddenly like the game just spirals out of control.
And they should have a good shot of getting me here. So now maybe with the TPs in, they'll keep it safe, and it looks like it will. That TP does get cancelled, but just being shown that will stop ViCi Gaming diving in immediately onto no one. So at least doesn't die after TPing back into the lane.
I love this early rotation from ViCi every time on the mid lane on the 5-minute catapult wave. It's just so much pressure that you can actually move 2 supports on the mid lane and get the damage on the tier 1 tower. Last game they even killed it right away in a 5-minute timing. It just opens up the map a lot for them.
I mean, it looks like they're probably going to kill it again here.
6 minutes in, they're just getting a lot of free damage onto this tower. It's only no one from VP that's really interested in hanging around this area. Nobody else wants to come over here.
They've got the secondary wave coming in too, and Ori still has his Tempest double too. They should be able to bring it down.
Or your classic play, you just clifftate your creeps on the catapult wave hitting their mid tier 1.
Yeah. And they're still playing very aggressive here. They have that deep vision down. One of the wards actually got de-warded down bottom, but they do have this one, so they're keeping tabs of no one.
Look at this, DY and Fade just, making sure that no one cannot get back towards this lane. They'll set up here with the root, roll forward, TP will come in towards the shrine. Backup's going to be there from Solo. They'll lead him with the disruption, they get the static link off, but Ori is moving that Tempest double over to try and help out Fade. Still alive, the disarm onto no one from DY, slowing down the damage output onto Fade. If he gets one more touch, he will get the kill, and he does find it. No one's able to kill off the Earth Spirit. But the rest of ViCi Gaming will manage to split up and get out of their bottom lane. Paparazzi nearly soloing Pasha by the looks of it. If he can get that Geminate attack off now, he'll have it, and there we go. That's a kill for Paparazzi. Roger unable to get the shackles off in time.
That time lapse puts him on the opposite side of the trees.
But at the same time, I feel like the ViCi like overextending in the dire jungle, like not pushing the mid tier 1, because VP actually did have no intention of defending this tower again. They could have just gotten the tower without like doing this unnecessary moves in their jungle and just feeding the Earth Spirit away.
Down bottom, Pasha. He's TP back into the lane as he respawns. Paparazzi and Fade are there. They'll close in onto the Doom. Pasha is struggling this game. He struggled last game, and it's happening again. Another death on the off lane.
I mean, Fade just always knows which target he wants to go for. He's setting up immediately whenever these heroes are TPing back from VP. Solo.
Let's see if they can do anything here. Ramses will be able to bounce back the route towards DY. DY starting to heal up The Darkseer. I mean, Ramses, as we say, he is getting free farm on this anti-mage, but at the same time, you look back at game 1, he was getting free farm on the PL. I mean, this game is, would you say a free farming anti-mage is going to cause more issues at the late game than his PL did last game, or is it still going to be just as hard despite the fact that he's getting all this farm?
Depends on that Battle Fury timing.
I mean, yeah, I feel like this game has more potential for the 1v5, like classic carry the game, give me free farm, I'll carry the game eventually. But if his team is like struggling a lot, it's nowadays in Dota the skill ceiling is so high that you don't really get to see these 1v5 like carry games. It's more of a teamish game.
Looks like it's going to be this similar build. Paparazzi just, Dragonlance.
Yeah.
Dragonlance and probably that Desolator afterwards.
That is very classic. Even back to the Wings day, Shadow as a carry used to rush this Dragonlance on Weaver every game, so fun to see.
And this time round with the wave coming in, they should finish off this mid-tier 1 tower, ViCi Gaming. DY and Paparazzi set up on the side, ready to help out with this push. And not as fast as game 1, but still a very respectable timing, getting that mid-tower at 9 minutes in. 2k lead as well early on in this game for ViCi Gaming.
Pasha's bottom 4 net worth still. He's just, and again, he's
in
as soon as he
trouble.
shows his face.
He's running. He's trying his best to get away. That's the 6th time that he's died in this first 9 minutes. He's trying to beat Roger's record from last game.
I mean, that's the moment you want to click the bottom right, bottom left, top left, sorry. And just, leave the game.
Oh, Yang, he actually missed the wall there on Ramses. Trying to put a little bit extra pressure on him.
I feel like VG's supports are on point in this series so far. They just make every rotation work for them.
Yeah, they're making all the moves, and it seems like VP's just kind of sitting back and farming. I mean, I saw Solo stack camps and farming again with the Shadow Poison.
Up top Ramses. Let's get Flux, but he's able to blink back to the side of Roger. They'll charge forward with Yang.
Careful, Yang.
Has to be careful of any potential turnaround with those lockdowns that Roger can offer. Bounty runes are going to come up. We'll see who gets the majority of them again. It'll be ViCi Gaming getting a couple of them. So still VP unable to get the advantage with those. The Midas into Maelstrom build this game for Ori. And of course Yang just building up those auras. Ramsey's very close to having the Demon Edge component of the Battle Fury. His farm speed still looking very good this match, but it's just the fact that the other two cores, they're slipping behind. No one sort of in the middle of the pack. Pasha, of course, very far behind on his offlane Doom.
I mean, it looks like they're looking to play this passive game again. Look at the way that they warded too. Just river wards, just trying to protect their jungle as much as possible for everybody to be able to farm it. Roger is level 6 at a pretty good timing though on the Shadow Shaman, so maybe they could look to actually threaten this top tier 1 at least.
Look at the shackles here. Should set up for Ramsey to find the kill with the Mana Void. They've got the damage to take down Yang. Bit of gold there to be picked up by the anti-mage. And that will leave him the money to get that Demon Edge done. Paparazzi has rotated up here. He's looking to try and chase down Roger. Roger will go for the TP out. Has Paparazzi got the damage in time? He has not. Roger will escape as he gets back to safety, but with Paparazzi now up here, ViCi Gaming can try and move this wave up towards that tier 1 and try and take another tower away from VP.
They're just watching Solo form the creeps.
Solo's level
It looks like they got something more familiar on the menu. It's the Doom on the bottom lane again.
Oh no, not again, Pasha.
Doom.
Not again. The wall down, the slow as well, Pasha. Agent 070 now, he's just dying over again. It just doesn't stop.
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's not even worth to kill him anymore.
Yeah, it's giving you like no gold.
Yeah.
They're getting an invasion play here with Roger. He has these Serpent Wards, so if they can get a kill, they can look to lead it into a tower. It looks like mid might be that target. Ramsey's actually positioned there too, farming. They're going to just give up that top tower, trying to make a trade.
See if they can get any sort of catch with this movement. They will find Fade walking on the high ground. It's not a core kill, but a kill nonetheless. They'll get the setup onto the Earth Spirit. Fade will be found with this gank.
Ooh, man, they didn't get it. MCs didn't get it. If he gets that blasted, he has the Battle Fury immediately right off of the bat. But he will get it very soon after these couple creeps.
And then if you're ViCi Gaming, are you looking to necessarily target the aim? Like, will we expect to see ganks specifically trying to find the anti-mage, or can you still play this game at a pace where you sort of ignore the AM and you just look to continue to play your own game, taking these towers and pushing the waves up towards the high ground?
It's too hard to catch him.
Yeah.
This game, they don't have the means to catch him. So all they want to do is look to actually just pressure the map. Like, push the waves in, like pressure their objectives all the time. Push their tier 2s, get a Roshan, and try to threaten high ground before the enemy hits critical mass and is able to carry this game.
pretty much look to have all those tier 2 towers, full map control, get Roche before that AM has like that mental battle fury, and yeah, then he can actually just take every single fight.
Otherwise, if Animage can start putting this like split push pressure on them, they're gonna have a really hard time like finding the kills. Also, like there's one key timing for this arc bar and get the hex in, and that is actually one of the timings they can actually start like catching this Animage on the side lanes.
He's going for like the double farm items as well. He didn't go for the Necro Book, but that Maelstrom Midas build, pretty close to the Maelstrom too.
Here we go, ViCi Gaming, grouping up for a play here. Paparazzi, Fade, and DY. They'll smoke up and start to move towards the bottom half of VP's map. VP themselves are also smoked on the high ground. No one is solo. Solo smoke dispelled. They're rolling straight away. The silence on point as the Shadow Demon will lose his life. They'll see if they can get anything more out of this. No one does manage to not get connected on by the bugs and will keep his distance. He's out of there.
This time he goes for the drums on the Razor. Looks like he wants to actually try to take some fights to make space for Ramses.
That's a good approach. I don't see them winning it the same way as game 1, like how they played this game. Like they just need to do something in the game. They can't just sit back and farm. Like nowadays, it's actually really hard to win games this way.
Bottom lane, ViCi Gaming claim another tower without any sort of answer here from VP's players. Paparazzi, goal for the first Mithril Hammer.
I feel like they have to try to get a good utilization out of the Rogers wards so they can at least get a little bit more map control, because when you do get some of these towers, then the AM can play in these deeper aggressive positions. He can farm in the enemy jungle a little bit safer.
See Roger saying if he does manage to catch anyone out, but he only has Ramses really by his side if he does get a lockdown onto anyone. And Ramses has got the goal for the Treads to come out. Yang ready to push with the board. The mech's complete.
They're setting up already for that bottom tier 2. They've already got the vision. We saw DY, he invaded behind it early on to put that ward down, so they will be able to see if VP actually wants to even set up. But from what we've seen, I don't really think VP's trying to defend that tower.
I'm not sure if they want to set up anything this game.
Well, they got top tower at least, though.
They have, you know.
But it's kind of interesting to see, like, VGs, like, they definitely have a really methodical approach about Dota. Like, they always gather around to push these towers when the 5-minute timing set, like the catapult waves. Like, they're all about these catapult waves.
See back towards Roshan solo. Caught out by the bugs. Fade's able to get on top of him. Rolls in. It's going to miss the stun. Doesn't matter though. DY has the nuke to get the kill with the Purifying Flames. We saw there as well a lot of spells being thrown out by ViCi Gaming on top of the Anti-Mage. And even just with that Battle Fury, he was able to walk off and get a blink away as the silence ended. They were unable to lock him down. Back towards mid. Then charge forward with the Shikuchi. Silence out from Fade again. He's got the control onto Roger. More action for Paparazzi to get into as he gets closer and closer to having that Desolator. Just 1100 gold to go.
Man, Fade's absolutely everywhere again this game on this Earth Spirit.
I think you might have to take it away from him. The openings that he finds in both of these games so far, he's played the opening absolutely perfectly.
I mean, what, he's part of 10 of the 13 kills. Last game he was part of like the 14 of the 16 when they had them. He's just incredibly active.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, immediately they set up and they're just going for a tier 2 tower push.
Yeah. And you know, there's going to be this point of the game where all he has is Maelstrom, Paparazzi, as I say, a couple of objectives, and he'll have the money for the Desolator. They're going to push pretty damn fast, ViCi Gaming.
Yeah, they could just look to go for that Roche, and I mean, VP just not contending anything.
Roger walks out of the base. Paparazzi's there ready and waiting with the backup of Fade. A defensive disruption will come out. They use the Demonic Purge on Fade. Roger turns, gets the Hex off, and the Purifying Flames from DY nukes down the Shaman. No one's going to try and step forward, find something in return. Infernal Blade down on DY will allow them to kill off the Oracle. But the rest of ViCi Gaming, they'll roll away. Fade's out to the high ground. They only lose the Oracle.
Yeah, it's a mega kill streak, actually, that DY had. So, a good amount of gold going for no one. And Ramses during all this is still, he's still farming super well. Just constantly avoiding those fights. Has Yasha already finished up to level 14.
I feel like VG actually needs to find the pressure points better in this game. They only got the mid tier 2 tower. I feel like they have to get more with this advantage that they have. Like, Animage is getting there slowly. But he's not that far off anymore.
Mm-hmm. I think that Deso will allow them to be able to do that a little bit better, right? On Paparazzi.
At the same time, if they don't get anything done with this Deso, the game might just turn into VP's favor.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of weight on Ramses' shoulders for sure, especially with the way that No One and Pasha, they are just that little bit behind on these two cores this game.
Full Greaves already now on Yang. Ooh, smoke actually gets broken for a second.
Ramses, he will show in lane.
It's the one good thing also. I mean, the one thing for ViCi too is that they have the Darkseer wall. So it's like that AM, if he does get really big, that illusion can be really frustrating to deal with too.
Right towards mid, no one. Gonna head down here, Fade. Finds the only with the silence. Paparazzi closing the gap. The slow out from the boulder as well. Yang charges forward. He's in on top of him with the Iron Shell. The magical damage, it bursts through no one. No one's gone on the Razor. Pasha tries his best to run away with the vacuum. Drags him back a little bit. The roll forward from Fade will miss. But with the wall down, Pasha just taking so much damage here. Slowed up again. Solo will try for a defensive disruption. But Solo's going to be in trouble as well, as Pasha will get surely full. He's got some regen from the Scorched Earth. He is running away, but they have the control required. They do kill the Doom. 2 more kills here for ViCi Gaming.
Relentless plays. They're just constantly looking to hunt. They know that how weak VP is at the moment.
Heads up play from Ramses. He skips the midway before they actually get to threaten their objectives.
They are going to try and hunt him here with the 2 of them. He blinks into a position where the Weavers were waiting. They can do a lot of damage to the end, but Ramses is able to blink down at the river and will get himself far enough away. Well, there's that desolated timing on Paparazzi. So as you say now, if you're ViCi Gaming, you can certainly consider going for that Roshan.
Yeah, if you get all the lanes pushed in, then you can definitely just look to even sneak it with a couple heroes, as they do have that magnetic.
Solo. Again, I mean, ViCi Gaming, the amount of support picks they found in both of these games so far.
The call has been made. They're heading to Roche Pit now.
Yeah.
They're pinging it out. They do have bounty runes coming up in about 30 seconds. As Roger will walk right into Orion. Oh god, Roger.
And he's actually going to drop wards for that. So that's going to be the Serpent wards gone as well. They'll farm that up very easily.
Oh, they lose their courier though. Ramses was actually able to take it out. Oh yeah, Roger just feeding away.
That feels good. Roger kill. It's like a free Midas plus some extra with the wars.
Yeah, it's your carry player. I just feel bad for me as a support player.
You know, the support just runs into me and gives me some gold.
Ramses, he's trying to fight them here. He does have Pasha and no one by his side. What's promised was used to keep himself safe on the Oracle DY. Now they'll look to try and continue the chase. And onto Pasha. Pasha turns.
Gets the Doom.
Does get the Doom onto the Weaver. No one's trying to chase down Paparazzi, but Paparazzi's got DY and Yang by his side. Ramses jumped forward. They're back in the wall. Catches the 2 of them. ViCi Gaming trying to turn, but Yang slammed down by the Infernal Blade. They'll lose the Darkseer. Paparazzi's the Doom will now end, so he's fine. He could possibly turn around in this fight. He'll head forward with the Shikuchi, get the bugs out onto No One and Roger. Roger being focused by Ori's Tempest double. They'll turn back towards No One. The Mana Void is used though. VP, they've killed off 3. They'll look towards Paparazzi. Paparazzi gets the Shikuchi off. Will keep himself alive, but VP out to find a few kills. Bates been spotted out by the Sentry. Will get the Magnetize off. Is there any way Paparazzi can clean up some of these kills? He's the only one left alive. Solo's sticking down low to the urn, and Magnetize will die. But still, VP, the best trade that they've had so far this game.
That's the ideal timing for them. They just finished up the Manta on Ramses as soon as they the Doom off onto that Weaver. And Paparazzi's completely zoned out of the fight at that point, so Ramses can just focus fire pretty much everybody that he wants. That was literally the dream for them.
One thing we actually can look about, like the Doom against Darkseer matchup, even in the late game, actually, like Darkseers want to build all these team items, but if you get Doom on Darkseer, you can't really use them and utilize them, and it kind of like negates the team fight power of ViCi Gaming.
On the TP's coming in here. They're going to try and find Ramsey. Fade. He gets the stun up before the blink's dead. The silence follow up as well. The Mancer will remove the silence. Ramsey's down to the low ground, but he has the bugs on him. They'll look to try and continue to chase him down. They'll get an urn upon him. He's got another blink though, as Ramses will get himself far enough away.
Unfortunately, the Earth Spirit didn't have any more stones left, so he couldn't make the roll.
They're just trying to commit straight into that Roche when Ramses is low. Do they have a shrine available for him though? They do not. He actually goes back to base, but they know this is happening from the scan.
And it's a very quick Roche. With that Deso from Paparazzi, they are smoked up VP. Is there any way they can really get into here?
Don't really want to run in here.
Yeah, they've got to let it go. Paparazzi claims the Aegis are backed outside of the pit already. Pasha in potential trouble. Will dodge the stern. Infernal Blade down onto the Earth Spirit, but they'll still chase on forward. Vacuum back from Yang. Drags Pasha back into the claws of VP Gaming.
This means immediate high ground push.
Yeah, this game is speeding up now. Ramses, is he going to be at a point where he can sort of help them out in any sort of a defense against this 5-man push from ViCi Gaming? They're up to the high ground. They're onto the tier 3 towers. Pasha does have buyback available. The fortification will come out from VP. ViCi Gaming, they're going to take some quick objectives. Surely if they want to stick around, they're a little scared. Ramses is outside. He's showing himself. He's ready to cut the creep wave if required. They already have creeps in though. At the shot from Roger will nuke down the creeps. So no longer any creeps here. They've still got some timing with the backdoor protection gone to at least take the tier 3 tower, and they will get it.
immediately back away afterwards. They know Ramsey's is going to cut that wave.
Actually, TP out from Ori. VP, they could try and get a catch-up here, Solo. He'll go with the disruption. Ramsey jumps in onto DY. DY falls over the false promise on himself. DY will stay alive. There's the mana void. They'll bring them down low. They're bursting the ages out of Paparazzi. They will kill off Yang as the Shackles hold down another. They've lost the Oracle. The Doom's down on the Paparazzi. They'll chase him out. Paparazzi in trouble as well. VP, they'll get the Aegis and they'll kill 3 on top of it. You can see Ramsey's there as well, bringing out a bit of a smile after that one. He knows that he can do it this game on this anti-mage.
As soon as Ori starts TPing back, I mean, the VP just wants a full chase out there.
Yeah, VP finally strikes back. I feel like they linger too much on VG's side. Like, there's no way you can stay and fight at them like that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they have all these, I mean, they have all this ward preparation down. They had sentries and obs wards down inside of the fight. So Paparazzi, he thought he was being sneaky getting that Shikuchi through, but just gets doomed up.
And we are seeing it, a fair few times in these fights where he's having to false promise himself.
Yeah.
He can't hold on to it and save it for the cause because he's getting on the front lines.
And he also, he has a lot of mana on that Oracle too. He got burned down pretty much to 0, and then he got Oracle ult and splashed onto the Darkseer.
They've got to be careful from Ramsey's with the way these fights are going, continuing to build up the money. He's getting closer to having the Skadi done. And then he's going to be this beefy beast. He'll be able to get on top of whoever he wants. And with that Skadi slow, they've got to be so careful. And Pasha certainly redeeming the feeding early on. He does keep getting the Dooms onto Paparazzi and is making those fights ever so easy for VP because Paparazzi is such a hard-hitting, elusive target. If Pasha can continue to do that, VP are going to stand in a pretty good position in these 5v5s.
Look how high level Ramses is. He's level 21. The next highest level, I think, what, it's like 16 or 17 on somebody else in the game? He's just so enabled, and now he's going for that Eye of Scotty. It's level 16 is the next highest. 21 on Ramses. When he has, I mean, he already is pretty much on kill. When he has Scotty, he has like free reign to chase pretty much anybody down in those fights. And not really be too much at risk of dying. His illusion's going to be strong, though.
Actually, Ramses. I mean, is there any sort of itemization you can expect to see from ViCi Gaming to help deal with this anti-mage? Because there's no question about it. They've got a massive anti-mage problem on their hands now.
I mean, it's the Hex, right? That's
yeah, I think the Hex on the Arc Warden, but he's going meta. I'm not sure if this is the meta game that you really want to. I mean, it kind of signals they want to like deal with the split push of anti-mage, but I feel like it's not the right like approach. You just have to like get him. Like, you have to kill him.
Yeah, I think I saw the Darkseer was building for the Hex, but his is still going to take some time. And I mean, Arc Wardens, you're not just building one Hex, it becomes that too, so it makes you have like that so much more catch. And yeah, Yang actually has to go for a 4-staff himself to try to protect himself or his teammates. So he's ways away off.
See, TP's coming into the shrine. They're going to try and cut off this escape from no one and Roger. No one goes for the TP. Is there any way to cancel the time? There isn't. Fade doesn't get in close enough. And Roger, with that Glimmer Cape, he's able to actually get outside of the vision. Has got a TP available, hide in the trees, and he's going to be out of there. ViCi Gaming won't find either.
He might stay down here.
Yeah.
He might wait for someone else to come, and they might look for getting a kill with that Hex.
I see Shrine. It's going to be used in an attempt to get their mana back up. VP starting to rotate into the jungle of ViCi Gaming. Roger will lead the charge.
You can, looking at just the ward division again, ViCi, now you can tell they're feeling that pressure. They have 4 wards placed inside of their defensive jungle and sentries all over the place.
They feel kind of lost. Like they fucked up the high ground push and they got killed after, and they feel like they're not strong enough to actually like pursue these other objectives now.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they did lose a huge bit of their timing, right? They want to be able to get a gold advantage so that they can build toward those items to catch the AM. But when they make type of mistake, it throws off your entire rhythm of the game.
And here we go, wards down. Up to the high ground they go. I'm trying to use the bubble to help it, but Ramses quickly moves himself inside of it. We'll continue to hit down onto the tower.
They have to run back. Look at that. The TPs aren't up. Earth Spirit's running his way through the mid lane.
So get that tier 3. They will lose the Serpent wards here as Ori's able to farm them, but being there able now to look towards those shrines, opening up more objectives for VP to take and keep Ramses farming in good check, because Butterfly is going to be the next item for him. Getting that evasion, there's not going to be anybody really on ViCi Gaming's lineup that's going to have any sort of true strike anytime soon.
It seems like he's recognizing it's like Basher is amazing on this hero, but if he doesn't seem like he needs it. He doesn't really need to kill anybody. If he just has this Butterfly, he's immortal, and he's going to be able to do the same exact thing as that Basher would accomplish.
yeah, the Butterfly is the go-to damage item on this hero. Really amps up your damage.
All about for taking objectives as well.
Yeah, at the same time, it will feel awkward go Scotty into Basher. It's like two items that don't really give you damage, but at the same time, you want to be bursting these heroes.
ViCi Gaming. As soon as you start to see the difference, sure, it's expected that an anti-mage will farm at an incredible pace, but there's 8k of net worth difference between him and Paparazzi.
We got the Manta on the Arc Warden now. I hope he's going to go for the Hex now.
Yeah.
I think it's a key item in this game.
Max split push is possible with this Manta style and try to farm up that Hex.
I mean, with these items, he will get the Hex really fast. He pretty much built only farming items so far.
He's actually able to clear out the shrine with his illusion as well, with his double and with his Tempest double and those Manta.
I mean, is that why you're buying the Manta then? So you can have that extra split push?
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
I mean, that's definitely the purpose of the pickup.
And what's sort of the argument for a Manta over the Necro Book if you're going for that style of play?
I feel like Manta is less feed. Like Necro Book tends to feed a lot of gold. Even Necro level 1 is 200 gold combined if he gets cleared up.
Looks like he's just going for the straight damage for his team.
Okay.
He's actually put up the MKB.
All right.
I mean, I guess he knows that Ramses wants the butterfly next.
Yeah.
But still, the lack of lockdown could cost him. If Ramses is able to jump freely around the fights, and this is an anti-mage as well that does have save behind him. Solo is there on the Shadow Demon. If he's in any sort of trouble getting caught up by a silence and stun, which is still unlikely with his passive, and with the fact that he has a Manta, Solo can disrupt him.
He wants to stop the anti-mage by sheer force. Just like keep hitting him in the fight so he can't stay. Kind of like the same approach as Hex, you know, he can hit it while it's Hex, but when he just keep hitting him really hard, he doesn't really want to stay in the fight anymore.
Sure, it makes what Ramsey sort of think twice about blinking in aggressively, because there's going to be that duration whilst the blink's on cooldown that he's going to take a lot of a beating from the Arc Warden and his Tempest double. That's ViCi Gaming.
Bounties.
Roger is going to find the opening Hex there with that Glimmer Cap initiation. Jump forward from Ramsey. They do get the save there on the back. They're back. All actually down onto the three of them. They'll focus down Roger first, but no one's in the midst of it all with the BKB pop committing. The bounty runners are there. Who's going to be able to grab them? No one falling low. Yang trying to run away. They're on top of Ramses. Ramses, though, he's still so tanky on this anti-mage. He'll be silenced, but he's able to turn, start hitting into the two of them. They've got the follows to the hand. They got the damage. No, he's able to blink away. VP, they have lost two so far. Can they catch Ramses? The stun's going to be off the mark from Fade, and Ramses is able to TP back up to the high ground. He's more than fine. He will get away back in the river. Just a disruption to hold back Fade. But VP, they'll lose two.
Roshan spawned just now too. That's a free Roshan for them. Quite fortunate timing for them.
Look at the damage by Arc Warden. He just sat in the backlines. I mean, the AM was trying to focus fire the other targets, but they just false promised. They weren't able to actually kill DY before he gets his ulti up. I saw Roger, he threw the ward to trap him, but he didn't have a follow-up disabled to be able to do so because he just got surrounded and vacuumed. And I don't know if that's, I didn't see if the Centaur stun actually connected with the vacuum, but I think it caught a couple of the heroes.
Ramses, next up the BKB. I mean, with that, with the BKB and the Manta, that is, he's in full sort of 1v5 mode then.
He can just stick on top of a target, burst them down, and then won't have too much pressure of just getting caught by a single stun. Ori.
Yeah, ViCi Gaming's main damage is the magic damage. Even though he has the passive that really negates almost everything, but BKB just lets him freely hit anyone he wishes to.
Still 3-1-8 this game, only dying that one time on the anti-mage. This top lane, Ori. Still doing his best to try and finish off this tier 2 tower. No one and Roger will be there to try and deal with the split push coming into play, but still a hefty amount of damage being done. It's back towards mid. Next time for Paparazzi, he'll continue to build defensively after that BKB, getting the Lincoln Sphere, making sure that it's even harder for Paparazzi to be caught out by Pasha's Dooms.
Interesting. I saw no one had originally queued up the AC and then he goes for the Shivas. I think that might also just be because he's versus the Darkseer. Because if he just gets vacuumed wall with an AC, then he's just giving an AC to the opposing team. So
same time you get Shivas.
Yeah.
So it's kind of aura too. I think he just wants to slow down the illus that the Darkseer makes from the wall.
Okay.
So they don't take so much damage. And it's really good against like Arc Warden is kind of two heroes at the same time as the Tempest double. So Shivas works it's like double the value against this kind of like illusion heroes.
Yeah, and look at that. He takes the 25% counterspell magic resist rather than the Mana Void, just feeling that pressure of the magic damage.
I mean, if you look at their heroes, like Weaver is a lot of magic damage, Darkseer only magic damage, Earthspeeder only magic damage, Arc Warden has a Mjolnir, massive magic damage, and Oracle is, he's just a guy, helping his bodies out.
I mean, even MKB, right? The proc.
Yeah, even the MKB is magic damage. And you don't really feel the viewer's like physical damage output yet.
No, he needs sort of another item for that, and as we say, going for the Lincoln Sphere, it's still not going to be that secondary damage item on top of the Desolator, so it'll still be a bit of time before Paparazzi is able to be that super hard hitter. Smoke on smoke action here.
Yep, BKB's ready for that AM.
See, they're going to come in, Ramses. Who's he going to commit for? He's going to jump in, try to look towards Ori. Straight on top of the Arc One, he's going to pop the BKB as well. Trying to get Ori down low. The Doom's there as well. Pasha finds the correct target. The false promise will give some momentarily safety for this Arc One, but he's surely still going to pop after. Have they got the heal to outdo the damage? They have not. They've lost the Arc Warden. ViCi Gaming still trying to fight though without Ori's presence. They'll go forward onto Pasha. Fade has the control. Pasha surely will still fall. Paparazzi's hunting for him, and they do find him. They'll get the 1-for-1. As both teams losing a core. Paparazzi using that BKB to try and get out of there. They have found Solo.
Ramses is going back into also.
They'll get a couple of kills, and as you say, Ramses himself as well, keeping the trade even. Fade will fall as well. 3P found free. Then Val Yang as well. Yang beaten down by the Mana Void. It's VP, this anti-mage, Ramses, still just doesn't die, has total free reign across the team fights. And Paparazzi's changing up. He realizes they need to kill people quicker. Screw the Lincoln Sphere. He's getting the MKB as Ramses straight into the base. Has he got any creep waves coming? And I believe the mid lane's coming through, and it does. It takes off that backdoor protection. There's only 2 buybacks available from ViCi Gaming. We'll see if they come out and attempt to hold. As Ramses, he's just taking the bottom set of racks away from ViCi. The range racks go. The melee racks as well will be there. As VP claim the objectives, move towards mid, fortification comes out. We'll see how much longer Ramses wants to stick around. Paparazzi, of course, does still have the Aegis. And as the respawns come in, Ramses will play it safe. But we're really starting to feel this late game anti-mage and how powerful Ramses is.
It is really valuable to actually keep these buybacks up on these heroes. Like the buildings nowadays, they don't really matter that much. Like, okay, the creeps are pushing in all the time, but what the game actually comes down to is 5v5 fights. And if they have the BKBs, that can just make the edge to actually win the game.
I love that Doom by Pasha there too. He just throws it on the Arc Warden. He recognizes he had the cheese, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the biggest problem for ViCi is like the anti-mage can always decide when he wants to disengage. He doesn't need to be afraid of any lockdown in this game so far.
It's proven to be such a good game for the anti-mage, and Ramses, he's played it exactly as it needed to be, getting the free farm in that lane.
Yeah.
Not making sort of too hasty of movements and jump forwards, and because now he's rewarded with the fact that he is at this point where he's getting closer to sort of hitting critical mass, and that mass is just so much further ahead than any of the cores that ViCi Gaming can reach towards. Bottom lane Solo. Let's get found out in the trees by the vacuum. We're starting to push the lane out, and we'll have to accept the loss of the Shadow Demon for that one, but still it's a wave that's shoved all the way over to ViCi Gaming's half of the map. Gives VP this top area where they can head over and do whatever they wish. Ramses has got 5.6k gold towards his next item. I mean, where does he actually go from here with his itemization?
Just get his Moonshard, his Boots of Travel.
He might replace the Boots with an Abyssal Blade. That's the next thing for him, and have the Boots of Travels in backpack too, like this classic 8-slot carry late game.
CV Gaming trying to poke a Roger here. Roger will go for the TP out, but there will be stuns to hold him back.
Small blunders from VP. They just suddenly give up 2 free kills for them for no reason.
And they're getting really close to that Hex too. I'm pretty sure the Darkseer was like 500 gold away from it last time I actually checked him.
Yeah, that is their most important item right now.
Yeah, they need it. Otherwise, there is no chance they kill this anti-mage.
They have the damage if they are able to disable him. It's just, yeah, they don't have that disable.
I see Ramsey now. He's blinking into them. It really doesn't matter. They just cannot punish any sort of mispositioning from this anti-mage. Ramses can go wherever he wishes.
We see the Arc Warden doubling down on the damage build too. He's going MKB, so got the MKB now, he's going Daedalus. You know, just maximum, like, burst this anti-mage down as fast as we can.
It'll be such a huge kill if they do manage to find it. Because, yeah, between Ori and Paparazzi, they have a lot of right-click.
It's actually really going for the AC.
AC.
Oh. Okay, I mean, this helps if he finds himself in a position like that again, where he can just get one wave pushed in, get up to the high ground. He is going to take buildings very quickly with this AC Butterfly.
Very true.
That's for sure.
And there's the Hex. Let's see if they can make some play around it.
ViCi is gonna group up now and smoke.
Yeah, look for this AM.
Yeah, look for the easy pick off. You know, you get the first hex. You know, they don't really expect it, and you just get a freebie like this.
There's an Ags actually on Pasha here. So
Haste.
I mean, he really wants to get rid of this pesky Weaver at this point, or the darts there.
Dire's top tower.
VP are going in the mid lane. They're looking to try and get a jump on anybody, but Paparazzi's already back up to the high ground. They'll retreat away, and now ViCi Gaming just having to play very scared of VP and this anti-mage. Ramsey's ready to jump at any opportunity. They'll try and keep the split push game on. The top wave shoved all the way around towards the high ground of VP. But their base definitely feeling the more vulnerable now. This anti-mage gets any sort of chance to hit the structures, they're going to lose their base a lot quicker than they can have hopes of taking VPs.
Ori's doing a great job of keeping the split push going, though. Again, immediately goes top with the double. He's got the Manta style as well.
That is the most annoying part about this Arc Warden hero. He's always sending his illusion, and he has zero risk doing this every time. So
Does give 300 gold, though.
yeah,
I guess at this point that doesn't really matter.
it's not
it is
even
actually not even 300 gold. It's even less.
Okay.
The bear is 300 gold, and that you actually risk your cooldown. So this is more like it's free for you.
See, back towards mid lane ViCi Gaming, the four of them. I mean, they know they have to make a play with this Hex, but it's so hard to do so. It's risky as it is to leave the base. Ramsey's there on the sideline. He's going to jump in, immediately popping the BKB, making sure there's no chance for a Hex to return. Paparazzi has been doomed. Did get the Shikuchi off, so he's got the movement speed to get away. Back towards mid. Ori's out of mana. The Mana Boy comes down. Ori in a lot of trouble. Can he get away? Jump fall from Ramses. They'll kill off the Arc Warden. They'll kill off the Oracle. Spirit dies as well. Ramses just unstoppable on his anti-mage now. Is back in the fountain. They will stay alive on the Weaver, Paparazzi, but the mid lane is getting beaten down. Do they have any creeps coming in? They have got that mid wave pushing forward. The backdoor protection about to be removed. Ori has pulled back for this one. It's Ramses, he's in again. Jumps in straight away looking for Ori. They'll surge him back to safety. They now turn towards Ramses, but Ramses immediately out with a blink. Yang heading in. He's trying to find some sort of a catch. He's looking more, but Roger with the shackles. He'll hold back Yang. Yang's got to be careful. He'll turn. Vacuum on a free. Where's the follow-up? He'll put the mech, but he's been disrupted by Solo. Paparazzi with the BKB. They'll turn around. Can they kill this anybody? Nothing on the stun. Ramses is falling low. Can they kill him? The stun. Fade. They lock him down, but they don't have detection. He's able to blink away. Ramses gets out of there. They will lose no one. They will lose Solo and Roger, but Ramses survives.
Roger Glimmer Cape. I think it was Rogers.
One of these moments, invisibility equals invincibility. You know, always happens.
That would have been so huge if they were able to kill him. But getting away just like that. They still lose 3 heroes. It's still a good punchback from ViCi Gaming, but they came so close to having a miraculous punchback, as they just couldn't quite get this anti-mage.
Sometimes sentry wards change the game.
Middle tower is under attack.
As you see here, going in as such, Ramses, they do have that damage. We start to see it. This is what they were building towards with Paparazzi, with Ori. His Tempest double. Look at the speed that they do now have the chance to bring the anti-mage down. But he said that Glimmer Cape play, keeping him safe, allowing him to blink out on 50 HP. That's got to be frustrating for ViCi, not getting that kill.
Not even any detection on the Earth Spirit in particular.
They do get Roshan. Aegis is going to be there for Ori.
He's got his next item finished up too already. He's got the Daedalus, so even more damage. We saw if they can get the disables on the AM, they can bring him down.
They can do it. They can. Well, they didn't kill him, but you know, give them the benefit of the doubt. Next time, there's going to be detection in that fight. That Glimmer Cape play, they are not going to allow that to happen once more. And as you can see, Gem picked up by DY just to ensure that that does not happen once again. I'll give it over to Fade. Fade's going to be the one in the front lines.
They gave DY both cheeses, actually. You can't actually separate them either, so he's got that stacked up on him, so he can't actually, like, you know, it's got that cooldown as well. They've got the refresher shard on Yang, so they will be able to have at least the double wall, which could be super threatening. I mean, this AM's illusion is going to be really punching back.
I feel like he actually just wants to use it as the double hex.
Yeah.
Double hex to kill the animation. Feels like a more efficient way to use it.
I guess the cheese can sort of work out though for the Oracle, right? Because it does mean he doesn't have to false promise himself.
I mean, the thing is, if you give the refresher to the Oracle, he can eat the cheese, refresh the cheese, and then eat it again.
That's true.
He absolutely can't kill this Oracle, okay? There is zero chance.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Truly amazing.
See with this smoke.
They've got double Doom on Pasha.
Pasha's also got that invis ring. Doesn't dispel the smoke though. ViCi Gaming are able to sneak around into the jungle of VP. They go. No one out at the moment of VP.
The good old 43-minute bounty run. Just let it juice up a little bit.
He's eating the moonshot now. Yeah, approaching pretty much those full items. 706 last hits. Not bad. 7-1 to 10 too. Ramsey's involved in the majority of the kills since they didn't, they just waited until he was online before they fought.
Almost 1k GPM.
Yeah, look at this.
That
CS is ridiculous. 700 CS in 43 minutes. He is just doing everything in here. 950 GPM, pretty much. Hitting
Wrap
some
around.
crazy records here. As ViCi Gaming will show. BP having the smoke advantage now as they move in from the mid lane. Paparazzi jumps in, he gets the dude down on the Paparazzi. The BKB, Pasha committing for the Weaver, but they force him up to the high ground. Still he's ticking down low. Paparazzi is in a lot of trouble. The second dude's out as well. Yang, he's fallen. Fade's rolling very low as well. BKB a roll off. DY is dead. The buyback of Paparazzi. They'll buyback on Yang. They'll buyback on the Oracle, but they've lost Fade. Fade does not have the buyback available. Paparazzi still scooching around in the middle. They've got the Hex down. Ori's in trouble. Ori's dead for 2 minutes.
That's got to be the game.
As now,
Paparazzi, but
BP can push on. Paparazzi cannot allow himself to get caught out if they want to have any chance of holding it. Will find a double damage route.
they don't have their Arc Warden though. It's going to be so hard.
Can't hold this.
They've got to look towards Yang, making some amazing Hex play. With that refresher shot, as you say, he can go for the double. He's going to drop the wall down. Goes for the vacuum, starts to drain some of Ramsey's mana with the illusions. But nearly a minute without these two heroes available for the defense. ViCi Gaming, they're going to try and have to hold us just the 3. As VP are splitting them up. Ramsey's pushing in on the top lane. Same time, VP shoving in on the middle. There's the first Hex. They'll look to pop the wall down. Try for Ramsey's again. Defensive disruption there. Yang, has he got the second control? They get the root out. He's moving in. Ramsey's fine though. Ramsey's can keep the distance. Get out of there. Paparazzi is trying to get the damage out, but already Ramsey's is far enough away from that high ground. They cannot finish off this anti-mage.
No one is guarding his AMs. Guarding Ramsey's throwing the Lincolns on him constantly to make sure he can't get chain hexed.
And no one poking at the melee racks mid is going to get them pretty shortly. VP still pushing in as the full lineup. Nobody dead at the moment on VP. Spirit's going to be back in the game, but still a 40-second window without Ori's Arc Warden. Ramsey's BKB committed, jump forward from Pasha. BKB comes out from Paparazzi. They'll turn towards Ramsey's. Ramsey's pops the Manta. Again, he's easily out of there. They'll get the route towards Pasha, but Pasha pops the BKB. No one moves back towards the range racks. As VP, they're looking to claim the Megas, and they'll get that top set. No one now. BKB's, TP's out. They will manage to catch the Doom out on the escape. Solo as well may not get out of it. Solo will surely fall to the right clicks of this Weaver. They'll get the Shadow Demon. He's actually going to buy back towards the middle. Ramsey's, he's trying to commit for the kill on Yang. Paparazzi does get the cleanup kill onto Pasha as well. But they've been mega creep. They're up against the world now, ViCi Gaming, here inside of their base. As they have bought time, Ori is back in the game, but they're playing against those megas.
Feels like they just have to go for that all-in in the mid lane.
Pretty much.
Before the megas actually hit their base. But it seems extremely difficult. They still have these 2 cheeses on DY. But yeah, he's unable to get it down. Pasha just seems to be finding the most important targets every single time.
He really does. I mean, we saw it earlier. He had this tough start, but these Dooms that he's getting down are absolutely winning them the fights every time, making sure that Paparazzi he's not able to do anything for the entirety of the start of the fight. He's totally pushed out of it.
Yeah, for sure. The refresher on Doom came in like super clutch on the fight near the mid-tier 1. Getting that Doom on Darkseer and Weaver, he basically shut down everything on ViCi Gaming's lineup.
Yeah. And then they also, like Roger also got the shackles, I believe, also on the Darkseer, so he couldn't even move. He's stuck inside the wards, and they got the control on top of DY. It's just a really well-executed fight by VP. As it's a 1,004 GPM. There you go. He did it.
Let's go.
12,000 gold as well.
Ramsey's has just played it phenomenally. It was the ideal way for them to end their draft, and we're seeing in this game, ViCi Gaming, I don't think they were prepared for a 5th pick anti-mage to come through in the draft. It's not something that we've seen really at all here at the major.
Oh, he's looking for Courier. He's unable to find it. Did he actually give a Moonshard to somebody?
He should.
I think he should.
Yeah, he definitely should donate Moonshard to his boy here.
Time to push on for VP. I'm going to say that as well. VP, they're probably going to feel pretty chill at the moment. They know that there's no sort of need to rush anything. They do still have to respect the plays in terms of the Hex coming out from Yang.
They have the double Doom though, so they're probably still feeling pretty confident. They're seeing the Weaver too, so they know that Linken's is now picked up.
Now, ViCi Gaming had to be so aware of Pasha's positioning, as he's getting those Dooms off every single time.
Darkseer can't protect himself on many. Like the Weaver now can with that Linken's, but yeah, Darkseer is inevitably going to get doomed inside of these team fights.
That's VP.
Mega Creeps coming in.
24k net worth lead. Mega Creeps in their favor. As ViCi Gaming are going to have one more shot at this. It's a very, very hard game to swing around now. They need some ideal plays.
They aggressively glyph on the side of VP, so these Mega Creeps unkillable for a moment.
See Paparazzi trying to lead in and poke towards Pasha, but put the BKB out. Pasha is going to get the Doom off straight away onto the Darkseer. The Force Promise keeps him safe. They have managed to kill off Pasha. Ramses with the BKB coming in for Ori, jumps in. That's the output of them, but Ori does have buyback available. They've lost the Oracle roll forward from Fade. He's going to miss the stun. As Ramses, he's killed off two. No buyback on the Darkseer. Paparazzi dead as well without buyback. VP move towards the Ancient. GG is called. As they will take a game, bringing it 1-1 now in this best of 5. As they just didn't have the answers for the AM this game.
Nah, ViCi, even though they got the control of the Roche every single time, it's